At 3:07 p.m. Central Daylight Time, National Weather Service meteorologists detected a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. This dangerous storm was located 6 miles south of Bray and moving northeast at 25 miles an hour. Storm spotters continue to report a rapidly rotating wall cloud with this storm. In addition to a tornado, large destructive hail up to tennis ball size is expected with this storm. Take cover now in a storm shelter or an interior room of a sturdy building.
Hi guys, welcome back to Cloud HQ. In my last video, we discussed the 1999 Bridge Creek Moore EF5 tornado, and till this day, one of the most powerful tornadoes ever recorded in history. The same town was hit yet again by another powerful tornado, a town so nice it got hit twice. With that being said, let's dive in. May 20th, 2013, Oklahoma. Eerily similar to the last time Moore, Oklahoma was hit by a powerful tornado back in 1999, the atmosphere on this specific day was already showing signs of instability and very high CAPE values, being at 3,000 to 4,000 joules per kilogram. Because of the similarities, meteorologists and residents both were starting to get this chilling feeling of deja vu, and they were also calling it another May 3rd, referencing to the 1999 storm, of course. The comparisons weren't just symbolic either. The atmospheric setup and projected storm path were alarmingly similar. At 2:56 p.m., a tornado warning would be issued for the town of Newcastle. Minutes later, the tornado touched down just west of town. Reaching up to 210 miles per hour at its peak strength, this tornado was showing wind speeds that very much looked similar to how they did back in 1999. Very quickly, this tornado grew in size to over a mile wide in length, and it was heading right for the populated suburbs of Moore. Again. For the residents of Moore, this was like the absolute worst case of deja vu in the most horrifying sense. Only 14 years earlier, they had just merely survived the F5 tornado from 1999. And here they are, once again going through the nightmare all over again.
Two tornadoes following a nearly identical path. One tornado probability study predicts that the odds of an EF4 or stronger tornado hitting a house is just 1 in 10 million. Experts say the chance of a house being hit twice, 1 in 100 trillion. And yet this morning, it appears this may have happened here.
To add even more devastation to this already tragic day, this tornado actually occurred during school hours and would hit Plaza Towers and Briarwood. They were complete totally head-on and had no way of avoiding this.
Their last week of school before summer vacation, many of them hunkered down in closets, in classrooms, in bathrooms, clinging to hope and to one another.
Well, I was on the ground and my ears just went beep, and I couldn't hear anything except cracking and kids screaming.
7 children would lose their lives when the school collapsed due to the strength of this tornado. This was such a dark moment in the history of this town and just truly devastated the nation to see this unfold. The tornado was on the ground for about 39 minutes, but in those 39 minutes it caused a 17-mile path of utter destruction, and it was even measured to be 1.3 miles across. At 3:35 p.m., the violent wedge finally turned into a rope tornado and dissipated from then on. Sadly, 24 lives would be lost in the storm, and leaving more than 200 people injured. The storm's disastrous aftermath would lead to a cost of $2 billion, making it one of the most expensive and costliest storms in U.S. history. Much like back in 1999, this tornado also was very well documented. It was on live television. Meteorologists such as Mike Morgan from KFOR, his voice very urgent and emotional as the storm tore through Moore.
Tornado emergency for Moore. You folks in Moore, you need to grab whatever it is you need to grab, and you need to go underground. Bottom line, grab your kids, grab your loved ones, grab your friends, or just get out of the way. Tornado emergency for Moore.
Once again, storm chaser Reed Timmer and crew captured just how unbelievable the storm's power was up close and in person, showcasing how scary and large and violent the storm was. The absolute physical destruction of the storm wasn't the only thing it left behind. It also sparked conversation about how communities like these can prepare better for storms in the future. In the aftermath of the tornado, there was a very strong urgency for safer building codes, storm shelters, better warning systems and alerts, and safer schools all around, so this wouldn't happen again to another school. Since the enhanced Fujita scale was introduced in 2007, this was basically just textbook EF5 strength tornado, no doubt about it. With the damage itself, there just wasn't any question that it was an EF5, and there was questions it could have been even stronger than that if there was a higher scale. And that about wraps it up for the haunting story of the 2013 EF5 Moore tornado. Between massive loss, unimaginable and haunting images, resilience was really shown by this community in the wake of the aftermath, though it did leave a scar that wouldn't soon be forgotten. Alright, that's it for me. I will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Bye!